Living to the power of 10 is very important. And what God is saying is very simple. Idolatry is the worship of anyone or anything other than God. If you came away from today's encounter with the Lord on Mount Sinai, this is what I would want to pray that God by His Spirit would impress in your heart, that idolatry is the worship of anyone or anything other than God. So listen to what God said on top of the mountain. Yes, first for the Israelites who were camped at the base, who were nervous, who were contemplating an uncertain future, who didn't have enough food to eat, were facing unprecedented battlefields, were fleeing for their lives, were looking for hope. This is what God said in Exodus chapter 20 and verse 4. You shall not make for yourself a carved image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow down to them or serve them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children, to the third and the fourth generation of those who hate me, but showing steadfast love to the thousands of those who love me and who keep my commandments. What I'm going to do here today is very simple. We're going to look at this in 3 sections. How to begin, who to consider, and what to do. Very 3 simple statements. How to begin. Where do we begin trying to ask God about this issue of graven images, about idols? Where do we begin? I want to give you very quickly a 5-point plan. This is where you begin. Number 1, pray. Talk to God. Any questions today? Notice I didn't say, come and consult with me. You can, and I'm very grateful for that, but I think we need to talk to the only one that really knows what he's talking about. Pray. Number 2, affirm. There's your second thing. This is how to begin. When you pray and you're about to be confronted by something, affirm who God is. Tell Him. By the way, did you notice when Jesus gave to His disciples the Lord's Prayer? He began with a major affirmation of who God is. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. That is a marvelous affirmation. It is a magnificent affirmation. God wants us to affirm Him. You see, when you affirm God, what you're doing is you're actually doing what God's telling you to do. You're telling Him right up front that you're going to place complete trust in what He has to say. All right, pray. Number 2, affirm. Number 3, release. Let go. Everybody watch me today. Watch me in Genesis. I've just been over in Genesis, greeting just what an incredible group in Genesis right now. I just love being there with them this morning. And here in the sanctuary, just listen to this. Watch me, folks. Listen to this. I want to say this to you with all the love in my heart. Release. Let go. Before God. You've got every reason to be bound. You've got all the excuses lined up. You've got all the pain. Some of you have held on to your disposition and opinion and your pain long enough. It's time to release it. Now, to release something to the Lord, remember, you're praying, you're affirming Him. You're saying, Lord, I'm going to trust in you. Remember, He says, in all your ways acknowledge Him. He will direct your paths. Now release it. You've got to say to Him, Lord, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Because you don't know how badly that person hurt me. You may be so hurt right now. Release it to God. Say, Lord, I'm going to just give this to you. Lean on me, He said. Come to me. Trust in me. Release it. Pray, affirm, release. Number 4, listen. Listen. Very operative word, that. Very difficult word for us. We are surrounded by a cacophony of sound and a flurry of activity. All of us. It's becoming very difficult to actually just listen, isn't it? We are very distracted people. Is there someone right now that I just suddenly got your attention? Actually, you're not listening. And I'm not talking about to me. Doesn't matter if you don't listen to me. Just listen to what God's saying. I'm just trying to pass that on to you today. I'm just giving you what God's saying. Just listen. Just stop what you're doing right now and listen. Make a decision. And number 5, determine. There's your number 5. This is how to begin. Where do you start? At what point do I begin? Pray, affirm, release, listen, determine.